Well, good morning and welcome back to our final segment of CityLine. And if you saw me in the previous segment choking because I have a cold, I am much better now. And I want to say thank you to my guest, Megan, for continuing to speak about her great job while I was over here trying not to lose it on camera. The people with me are equally as good-hearted because they're from the Goodwill. The Goodwill Free Tax Filing Services. It's that time of year again. I'm already starting to think about this. It's in the news about how the tax laws have changed. You need to know about how you should file, and the two of these wonderful gentlemen are here to give us some good answers to these questions. So please join me in welcoming George White. Welcome back, my dear.
Thank you, Amanda.
You are public relations for the Goodwill of the Olympic and Rainier region. Absolutely, you are. Last time I got to actually sit and talk with you, you were rearranging things on this table for CityLine.
Oh,
it was
yes.
it was a holiday show or something we were doing.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Do you remember that?
I think we were doing something on our online program.
That was it. So he is one heck of a merchandiser as well, this man is. And this handsome man, Mr. Norman Brickhouse, you are the Financial Education and Tax Center Manager for the Goodwill of the Olympics and Rainier region. Welcome. Also my neighbor. You also are part of Club 253.
Yes,
I am. You just had a hiring event.
Yes, we did.
So you are what we call standing in the solution every single day. You're doing it.
We do a great job at Goodwill, and I'm proud to be there.
Oh, it's written all over you. So let's talk about this. Free tax services, because you could say free, and people will say, what's free? But when you say free tax services, you got to watch those heads just snap. So what kind of free tax services, George, do you offer?
Well, in the Tacoma area, Goodwill operates a free tax service for people making less than $64,000 a year. That would be singles or families. And our tax center at Milgard Work Opportunity Center on 27th Street, South 27th Street in Tacoma, will serve about 1,000 people between now and April 15th.
Wow.
And it is made possible by Key Bank, is a huge funding source for us, and also the Pierce County Asset Building Coalition, the IRS, of course, and then the revenue from donations, household donations to our thrift store, as well as the sales from our thrift store.
My goodness, that is incredible. It really does take a village, doesn't it? It
Yes.
does. So let's talk about the word or the phrase, Norman, Super Refund Saturday. It almost makes you think about Super Bowl Saturday, but it's even better because everybody likes a refund. So what is it?
It's the first Saturday in February. KeyBank sponsors the event. We have the whole building going. It's all the volunteers. We probably do about 200 taxes a day. It is an incredible event, and it's the first Saturday in February. And this year it'll be February 2nd. So thank you, KeyBank, for doing such a great job sponsoring that event and making us serve a lot of people this day. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. So how many years has this gift been given to the community?
Gosh, I want to say at least 6 years.
I was going to say at least six, I thought.
It's been a long term. KeyBank has sponsored our financial education program for quite a while, and they do a great job, and we love our relationship with them.
So who does the taxes?
Well, we have volunteers that do it, and we have to go through a training program. They have to be certified to IRS standards. Every Saturday in January, we'll be training those volunteers. So we make sure they're ready to go. And the great thing is we have experienced people such as myself that always checks every single tax return. So we have quality control standards in place to make sure we do a great job.
We've got some pictures here of previous years. And look at that. These people, I mean, it doesn't look intimidating. It doesn't look scary. These people don't have whips in their hands and are holding your children hostage. Because sometimes we associate, oh my God, I haven't filed my taxes, or oh my God, I have to file my taxes. And even though it's free, it's still scary.
It's a little intimidating.
These are people like us.
These pictures are actually Key Bank volunteers, employees of Key Bank that have gone through the VITA tax training program.
I love that. So George mentioned that of who qualifies, but Norman, it always bears repeating. So who qualifies for this for the Super Refund Saturday?
We will personally do your taxes if you're 55,000 or less. At 64,000, you can use our computers. We are going to be right there holding your hand, making sure everything is done accurately. So we want to serve the community. So I would say almost anyone, the only thing we won't do is single filing separately, and that's an IRS standard. There's just a couple other limitations, but for the most part, most people can come to our tax service, and you always can call me and ask tax questions. I know.
You are asking for your phone to be blown up.
I have a team.
Okay. So
Yes.
when you say me, it's me and all those people couldn't get on the couch behind you.
Much like you said, it is a community effort. So I have a whole team in place that supports me.
I love that. I love that. So are there other locations that offer free tax services? And if so, how do we find them?
Well, simply call 211. It's a resource line run by the United Way. And they'll find a local site for you because, yes, there is tax sites up and down Pierce County, and we want to make it convenient for you. So if I can't serve you, just call 211 and we'll find a local tax site that can.
I love that. So the question I have is, who pays for this if the person who is getting their taxes prepared cannot?
Well, the IRS gives us a small grant, but quite frankly, it's the donors that support Goodwill. KeyBank gives us money. So again, it's a whole collaboration. So if you're donating to Goodwill, gosh, you support our tax program. KeyBank gives us money and the IRS gives us some money. So it allows us to do great work within the community. So thank you.
And you say donating, does that also include shopping at the Goodwill?
That does include shopping.
Because I have to say, my outfit comes from the Goodwill. You know, I'm a big Goodwill.
You look fantastic
Why,
as
thank
always.
You very much. But I am a big thrift store shopper. So yay! So this outfit helped with taxes.
Not just taxes. I mean, job training, job services, financial education, financial coaching, our job center, our job club. All those things are made possible through your shopping and donations. So thank you.
Why, you're more than welcome. So let's talk about what people need to know about new tax laws this year. Because there are, and I'm going to use this phrase as you gave it to me, winners and losers.
That is so
Let's
true.
hear it. Drum roll, give us the truth.
Well, the good news is this. If you're single, you're probably going to come out pretty good with our tax term. I've done several scenarios, and if you're under $54,000, you're probably going to come out about $600 to $800 ahead. Okay. Married filing jointly, they're going to win also. They're just not going to be as big of winners because there's been major changes. One of the big ones is your exemptions are going away. So with this child tax credit doubling, exemptions kind of changes the formulation for your taxable credit. So under my tax program, almost everyone comes out ahead, but there are losers, and those losers are kind of going to feel it this year.
Yeah.
And some of those losers would mean you don't get to write off the interest on your second mortgage or your second home. There are other limitations, but in most cases, my clientele, which is 54,000 or less, 55,000 or less, they're going to come out ahead. So it's going to be a good year for some people.
So I like that. I like that good news there.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that people have the opportunity to file online. Mm-hmm. So I guess the question would be then, why have this tax service if you can file online?
First of all, just accuracy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so important. The good news, if you do file yourself, we can always amend taxes if you make a mistake, because we can also do prior year's taxes. There's a lot of reasons why you would want a tax expert, especially with the new tax laws coming into place. There's a lot of stuff that used to apply that no longer applies, such as alimony. Alimony used to be a taxable income. It used to be an adjustment for the person that paid it. Well, now it's treated like child support, whereas no tax ramifications whatsoever. So those new tax laws, you would want that expert in place so that way you get that warm, fuzzy feeling.
I love that. So let's talk about, sometimes I mentioned that those beautiful KeyBank volunteers or KeyBank employees didn't have any whips or chains or holding your kids hostages. And I think that some of that fear factor comes up when people have not filed their taxes from previous years. Yeah, and
yes.
that happens. Life gets a hold of you, you move, you lose documents, or perhaps you just are in a spot where you just can't make that reality happen. Mm-hmm. What happens to those people in this scenario on that super refund?
Well, you said a couple things. First of all, if you lose your documents, the IRS can give you a tax transcript. We have the ability right now to do 4 years worth of taxes. So we can do 2015. We'll have to paper file them. Still eligible for a refund, but that refund option ends at April 15th. So we'll do 2015, 16, 17, and 18. You're eligible for a refund all of those years.
Great. All
Yeah,
right.
so
it's
why
painless.
not?
I love that. And real
One
quick,
thing-
yes.
Yes, one thing is important. Starting January 29th, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoons, starting at 3:30, are the tax services. And then one Saturday, which is Super Refund
right.
Saturday on February 2nd, when probably close to 200 people will get their taxes done.
I love that. All right, so we've been showing the website, which of course is a great website.
Thank
Has
you.
lots of information. I would encourage our viewers to go to those website and to look at what you need to bring and what is required, and to make a phone call if you need to. And thank you so much for removing the complexity, the difficulty, and the fear, and then also removing the price and just making this so accessible. This is such a gift to the city of Tacoma, and I thank you so much for being the proud vessels of it.
Thank you so much.
You guys
Thank
are
you.
amazing. Thank you so much. Well, that wraps up another great segment of CityLine. It's always a pleasure and privilege to be in your home. We've given you some really great things to think about in this past hour, so please go out there, be a part of the tapestry, and above all, pay it forward. And when you come back, as always, we'll be waiting for you right here at CityLine. Happy holidays.